What's up, guys? Welcome back to Views, our second podcast back.
Whoa.
The response was amazing. Thank you so much for the first one. I'm so ecstatic. Jason's here too, by the way.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. thanks for listening.
Thanks.
You guys are back. I couldn't believe it.
Dude, Jay, you're so fucking awkward.
I thought for sure people would have forgotten about it.
No, it was really sweet.
They're
Why are
really
you so
sweet.
awkward? Why are you sometimes it feels like you the way you just said that felt like you didn't know that you were going to get to speak on the podcast today.
I wasn't sure.
Again, you're doing okay.
I wasn't sure.
It was sick. So I posted the video. I posted the vlog, and I was getting feedback from that, like very, very positive. I'm like so fucking thrilled.
Right.
And then I was reading through my DMs, and I saw a DM that said, "Dude, I would totally suck my friend off for $200,000." And I remember I turned to Natalie. I was like, "Fuck yes, they listen to the podcast."
We're back.
That was my first DM I got back from the last podcast. So yeah, so that really did feel like we were back on top of things, because that's our demographic talking back to us. No.
We're doing the Lord's work. We're getting friends closer. And
Yeah.
we're conquering the tough issues here, and that's what we've always done and we'll continue to do.
The Lord's work. No, I'm super stoked. I mean, I posted the video.
Right.
We recorded the last podcast right before I posted the video. I had no idea what to expect. I was like, will anybody fucking watch this? What's going on? I'm blown away at how well it did. For the last 8 months, I mean, Natalie can attest to this, for the last 8-10 months, all we were talking about, we were in India, we were in Germany, we're like, okay, let's guess if like people will watch this. And I mean, Ilya was like, if 1 million people tune in, that'd be sick.
Right.
Like, and I was like, I hear you. Like,
Yeah.
we just did not know what to expect, and the fucking response was so insane.
Yeah.
Out of my last 10 videos, this was my best performing.
Great.
But that doesn't matter as much as like the actual feedback of people and how much it meant to them was like the craziest thing.
What was the comment that you remember that you saw that stuck out to you?
That I looked better when I was fat. That's I got a lot of those. A lot of people obviously like making fun of my body, which is totally fine. But I was actually pleasantly surprised with. I thought the response was gonna be like, holy fuck, he was vlogging with that body the entire time and we had no idea.
Yeah.
I'm like, obviously, like a person that's so much more insecure about themselves.
Yes.
My before body was my biggest insecurity on planet Earth.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that people aren't tearing it apart as much as I think they should be.
Yeah.
Like, they're almost complimenting it.
Uh-huh.
When in my head, I'm like, you guys should fucking say some mean stuff about that thing, because it looks scary. But people are being so positive about that. I just feel good. Even if I ever, like in 10 years, if I fall back to my old ways and I'm eating a lot, I think I'm going to take my shirt off from time to time, because I guess it doesn't scare people too much.
How come you never took your shirt off before?
I just didn't want people to leave. Like if they were hanging out in my house and we were at the pool, I didn't want to take it off and be like.
But that's a thing that all guys do. They all take their shirts off. Even Jonah, who doesn't have the best body.
Dude, you know how insecure I was about taking my shirt off?
Why?
When I first moved to the apartment
Yeah.
in LA, I was 18 years old. I moved in with Alex Ernst. Before that, I was living with my roommate, this guy from my high school. His name is Mason. And he would walk around with his shirt off all the time.
Yeah.
And like, obviously it wasn't a big deal. But to me, I was like, oh my God, am I going to have to take my shirt off? Because like, I guess this is what roommates do. And Alex Ernst still hadn't moved in at the time.
Yeah.
And I called him. And I remember this vivid as day. I was like, dude, like, it's fun here. Like, you're going to have fun when you move to LA. It's coming from Minnesota. But like, our roommate like always walks around with his shirt off. And like, I was just trying to gauge his like, to see if he also thought it was weird.
What did he say?
He didn't respond. I remember him not responding. I remember him like moving on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Because then when he moved in, he was Mr. Shirt Off all the time.
He always had his shirt off.
I didn't think Alex had any shirts.
Yes.
It was constant. It was like he would wake up in the morning, make food, shirt off, eat breakfast, shirt off, go to Runyon, constantly shirt off. So like, yes, it threatened me.
Did your dad wear a shirt?
Yeah.
He never had his shirt off.
Yeah, no, it wasn't
Okay,
like
so
that in my
that makes a
household.
lot of sense, and that tracks.
Oh, really?
Because my dad always had his shirt off,
Oh, okay.
whether he was in shape or not.
Yeah, I get you. I've also heard that like there's a lot of like women. I think it's more women than men.
That have their shirts off.
No, that walk around like naked in their house. I was watching some TikTok and she's like Natalie, are you one of those people?
Well, I feel like you're saying, yeah, because I talk about that all the time, how I just walk around naked freely in my home all the time.
Yeah, that's like a woman thing.
I think I just told you that one time.
No.
and you just took it
I saw a
aside.
TikTok like a week ago and it was
Okay.
like, my mom is one of those women who walk around naked, and I was like, one of those. So there's multiple.
Yes.
Did you see something like that?
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen
Yeah,
that.
so I was like, okay, because I don't think a man would walk around naked.
What's the enjoyment in walking around naked?
What is it?
I don't know. I just immediately when I get home, it's just clothes off. I don't know what it is.
Crazy.
It's just freeing. Like I just feel like I'm like buttoned up all day in clothing.
Here come the DMs.
Yeah.
Oh my god, wait.
I mean, when we were in Vegas, and
It's freeing.
it's free. We were in Vegas, and Natalie was obviously staying in one of the rooms, and then we
Yeah.
got downstairs to the pool area to go party, and she looked back up at her room, and she realized that the windows were completely see-through. But when you're inside the room, it looks like there's like the craziest tint on it.
Right.
But we could see everybody in the room, and Natalie's like, I've been literally walking around fully nude.
I just look out of the view, like at the
But that's why
glass window.
I also don't understand that about New York. Like when you're in
New York, when I lived in New York, you used to see people having sex, people walking around naked.
Yeah,
But
That's
is that
a thing.
part of the
Insane.
culture?
Yes, part of the culture.
Like that's fine, right? Like
I guess so.
Are you supposed to look away?
Yeah, you're not supposed to stare, but I mean, I would just see like
I would
a
like
naked guy
I'd
just
be scared
walking.
to look out my window.
You just don't look. Yeah, you are. You are a little scared.
Yeah,
you put
like
your
every like most hotels in New York have the shower next to the most ginormous window. How is this not a bigger problem? How is there not like a New York Naked's Windows Anonymous or something? I mean, there's got to be somewhere.
There's
but,
this
like,
thing in New York where when you live there, where you just accept like a different style of life. Like you're on the subway touching people, but you never would be here like rubbed up against somebody. But you are in New York. You have to be.
I guess
And
you're right. It's a little.
yeah, it's just
But the
completely
nudity
different.
is like.
Some people like to have sex and they want people to watch,
Yeah, I don't understand
which
that.
I don't get that either.
Natalie's that type of person too.
Yeah, for sure.
No, but I just could never walk around naked. I just feel like things flopping around are weird.
That's exactly it. I can't walk around naked because
I don't really
my
have
penis is
anything
so small.
flopping around, so I guess that's probably.
Yeah, right, Natalie. We all know about your cock. Fucking trying to pretend. No,
I also
but,
just like my body, so I just like.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Someone's obsessed with themselves.
No, I'm not. I just like don't. I don't care.
You
I'm just
like your
yeah,
body?
I'm
What does that mean?
naked.
Like you
I also like grew up in a way where like all girls are naked
in
all
a
the
tribe?
time.
What do you mean? You grew up in a way? You grew up in my hometown. You grew up in Vernon Hills.
Grew up,
All
like-
girls were walking around naked. I don't remember that part.
No, I don't know. I just feel like
Was
it's
this the camp you went to in Jersey or
well,
whatever?
yeah, that
Camp
camp
Robin Hood?
2. Camp 2 was like naked next level. Like you do everything naked at sleepaway camp.
That's crazy. That was actually my biggest fear about going into high school.
Right.
Was for gym class we had to change in front of everybody, and like taking my shirt off in front of everyone was like a big no.
Right.
But there was this kid who would pee in the urinals every day, like during gym class, and he'd pee his underwear and his pants would be at his ankles, and that made me so comfortable because every time it like dragged the attention away, and that's the second he'd go pee is when I would lift up my shirt and quickly change.
Oh my god.
But
Because everybody's looking at his ass.
everybody's looking at his ass.
Why does he pull the pants all the way down? Why didn't he just kind of pop his penis out and pee
I don't
like
know, but I
everybody
kind
else?
of get it. Like I guess if you're like comfortable, like you might as well.
It's a splatter thing, maybe.
Yeah, like he doesn't want it to like hit his pants again.
And so now that you have a ripped body, are you less likely to take your shirt off even more?
No, I
No.
still want because I'm like so scarred
So
from
you
it.
did all this for nothing.
No, but now I'll take like I mean Natalie can attest to this. Like I take off my shirt constantly now, like in the privacy of my home.
Yeah.
Not to walk around when I catch a mirrre. I'm like I gotta check it out. It's
Yeah,
Sure.
It's like almost like worse. It's like
But I'm not doing it in public.
Got it.
I can't do except I was at Airwine yesterday and these kids came up to me. They're like, "We gotta see it."
Yeah.
no way.
And I didn't even think. I just lifted up my shirt and they're like, "Hell yeah!" I was like, whatever.
I got a text from somebody at TMZ asking me if it was AI.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, those were like the most
Yeah.
flattering comments.
Melanie. Hi, Melanie.
My favorite was when I posted the picture and the video for the first like 5 minutes. Everyone on my Instagram was just like, "Oh, he just photoshopped this as like a joke," which was so cool to see. And then when they watched the video, they're like, "Okay," they saw me moving and they're like, "Okay, it's more realistic than I thought."
Right.
But yeah, I was super stoked with the response to the video. Now my biggest concern,
Yeah.
this started developing 10 minutes into the video and it like started to freak me out. Everybody was like, "Welcome back."
Yeah.
And like I didn't know what that meant because I was like, are they just saying like welcome back currently for this one video? Or did they just assume that I'm coming back like weekly? I can't post weekly.
Yeah.
I can't do monthly.
Okay.
I could barely do bi-yearly. I mean, like I posted this, even like so many YouTubers reached out.
Yes.
And they were like, "Fuck yeah, welcome back."
Yeah.
I remember I was like, "Well, it's just one video," and then I like 3 of them were like, "What?" Like actually confused. I was like, "Fuck, where did I go wrong?" I'm usually really good at like making sure I pick the right words or like the right cut scenes in a video to make it seem like I need to get my point across. And I thought I got my point across that this is like kind of like a one-off thing, but I must have
No,
not.
not at all.
No.
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 What, you never said that.
Okay, I should have. And then I didn't. I was like to Natalie, I was like, I gotta pin a comment. And then like Natalie and everybody was like, just don't ruin the moment. I still don't know if I'm gonna post again.
Right.
I just like, it's definitely motivating me to post more.
Did anyone make an offer to you that would make you want to post more? Any of your friends?
You're talking about Corinna, right?
Yeah.
Like, not. This is why I'm thinking about posting more. And when I say more, I mean like 1 video a year, 2 videos a year,
Okay.
something like that.
Sure.
I don't want to go out and film things that I'm filming for a vlog.
Yeah.
I'd rather just let the days happen.
Yeah.
And have the camera nearby.
Right.
And when exciting things happen, I'll film them.
I gotcha.
But like the caliber of what I find exciting
Yeah.
is different than what it was before.
Right.
So it's less likely to happen within a month or 2 or 3.
Yeah,
It's gonna
yeah,
take a while to make a video.
Got it.
And that's not even saying that the next video is gonna be great. That's just saying like the next video will be standard. But Corinna called me. Long story short, I think I'll try to post sometime.
Uh-huh.
Maybe for my birthday, maybe for Christmas,
Nice.
New Year's again. I don't know.
Okay.
But don't expect anything monthly, please, for the love of God. But Corinna called me and she's like, please, I'll do anything. like quite literally exactly like this. I wish I recorded it. She's like, I'll flash my tits to whoever we need to flash. I was like, what the fuck? That's not even ever in the vlog. I mean, maybe once or twice. But like, it was crazy. It's like everyone caught the bug.
Sure.
It was so many of our friends called me like, you gotta do this. And I get it because like the reaction was so fucking warm. Everybody was like, I don't know what it is, but like, and it felt like a community of like, I don't know. It felt like I felt about the high school reunion in a way. Like it felt like everybody was kind of like back in this like 2019, 2018, 2020 time frame where like people are enjoying something
Right.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
And like,
there's nothing really like it. You know, it's not a TV show.
I don't watch enough YouTube to like make that call, but like, yeah, like Jimmy was explaining it. Like Mr. Beast was telling me, he's like, you got to come back to vlogging. Like, there's just a bunch of me's, and I'm like, yeah, there's a bunch of Jimmy crushes it, entertains more people than a human can possibly entertain. But that's very like his thing, and like, yeah, I really do like the friendship element of everyone going out and hanging out. And I feel like I don't get to see that too much on YouTube, especially like a lot of the YouTube and TikTok I see is a lot of drama. It's a lot of talking about one another.
Right.
Which is actually the kind of thing that fuels me, that makes me want to make like more just fun videos. But I don't know. But yeah, Corinna called me. I'm not kidding you. I'm being dead ass. Like 6-7 times in the last 2 days, just being like, come on, let's go. And she's like, just make. She goes, you don't even have to make that many. Just make like 1 a week. And I'm like, that's fucking impossible.
You could make 1 a week.
No way.
Yeah, of course you could.
I could, but it wouldn't be to what I enjoy. Like I want to make a video that I look at and I'm like, I love this thing.
Yeah.
And like it's gonna take me longer, unless I'm like really fucking, you know. That's what I said on the last podcast. Like why I didn't want to do that is because it feels like I'm like checking things off. Like I'm like, okay, here's our weekly video. This is what we need. 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 I'd rather just like live my life and record the things that are genuinely coming naturally.
Right.
And when we were vlogging, things were actually coming naturally just because we were in that constant state.
Yeah.
Everybody was making content with each other.
Yeah.
That was just so things were literally falling into place nonstop. It was fucking, I don't know if it's where I live. Like I remember like there was a day I didn't have a vlog bit and I was parked like outside my apartment and this fucking random drunk guy just started throwing, remember bottles at the Tesla?
Yeah.
He was trying to throw it at the ground at like people walking by, but he hit my Tesla. And then we started filming that. Like it was just like constant thing. But I think it's because we were like welcoming the craziness. We were just like in the middle of Hollywood.
Yeah, and there was always people that were filming something that you could kind of shoot along with them.
Totally.
too,
Like everyone always like had their, like Heath was like, I'm doing this for a full video, and I'd be like, I'd love to catch 10 seconds of that.
Right.
So I'd come in for 10 seconds, or you do like a crazy makeover, like makeup thing for your video, and I'd come in and film 30 seconds of that. Like, yeah, there was a lot of that. So there's just a lot going on. But I'm so thankful for the response for the videos, and I for the video, and I
see you guys next year.
No, I'm gonna try. But I post on Snap every day, so if you really miss me that much, which I know you just miss the vlogs, but you can find me on Snap.
Oh, is there stuff left over that you could have used?
I may do like a bloopers video.
Like a second channel video.
Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you wish?
I just know you're sitting on stuff that's funny.
Yeah. But like
that didn't make it.
Yeah, I mean that happens like every vlog, right? Every
Right.
vlog we'd have so much that we'd cut out.
Yeah.
But that's the best part is when you're editing and you're just like throwing out good stuff. I
And-
don't know why it feels so fucking good.
The clip of Ilya in the with the llama or with the little sheep.
Yes,
That was really funny.
That's-
but it didn't make it.
that joke we thought was the best joke that we had the entire trip.
Yeah.
And I didn't put it in because it just didn't flow. It
Right.
was 12 seconds. It was like 5 seconds too long and 5 seconds too silent, and I
Right.
couldn't cut it to make it shorter, or else it wouldn't be funny. Yeah, that just had to go. So yeah, I think I'll make like a bloopers video.
Good.
But yeah, other than that, what's been going on in LA?
Nothing, just burning down here.
Yeah,
Just you posted the video, and then all of a sudden, L.A. was on fire.
first
That day,
I didn't know anything was going on.
I know I didn't either.
The day I was posting, my teacher, like I posted the teaser that I'm posting a vlog or whatever.
Yep.
And my teacher texted me from my high school, and he's like, "Be safe out there, buddy." And I'm like, "Wow, okay. What's gonna happen if I post this?" I had like no. I was like, "Why?" So he must have seen my TikTok that I'm posting, and then completely in a bubble when we were editing it for the last 3 days, like. Barely looked at my phone. Just when texts would come on my computer, I'd read them quickly.
Meanwhile, the Palisades was burning down while we were trying to
Well,
get
they
this
picked
vlog
up after we posted.
Yeah, it was going down.
Yeah, while we were
Yeah,
editing.
Yeah.
I had no idea, and it's like this
Yeah.
is. I've lived here for 10 years. How long have you been here?
20 years.
That's yeah. Have you seen anything like this before?
No, not like to this magnitude.
No, this is fucking insane.
And it's moment by moment. We're so scared. Like I have this new app called Watch Duty. And
yeah,
it-
that's
and
what
it-
I'm on.
and
I refresh it like crazy.
I don't even have to refresh it. It tells me when the fires are starting, and we've just been so tense.
When Runyon went on fire, so we live in like Encino to Studio City area,
Yeah,
like Sherman Oaks area.
yeah,
And then Palisades caught on fire,
yeah,
and then the Pasadena area caught on fire.
yeah.
So we're basically in the middle of like 4 fires. And when I
Mhm.
say the middle, like 4 miles away from each fire,
Mm-hmm.
but like the way these fires spread is the big problem here is the wind.
Uh-huh.
Because the wind is blowing these like little embers like throughout all of LA, and one little thing can land on a hill a mile away and light the whole thing on fire. So yeah, Runyon happened.
And Runyon happened. And
Runyon's on the Hollywood side.
It's on the Hollywood side, and so they started to evacuate Runyon. It was really close to my house, really close to David's house.
So on the other side, so there's the valley and there's Hollywood, and it's on the Hollywood side, and right on the other side of that hill is where we live.
Yeah, and then another fire broke. So we thought everything was good. Runyon went down. They got that one under control. Then another fire broke
And
out.
under control is like that's after 40 acres were burned.
Right.
And under control didn't mean that it was done. It's still burning, but they have to let it burn like slowly to burn itself out. Or
Now, if those fires had happened 24 hours before,
everything's fucked.
we would have been done.
Yeah, because we got lucky with those fires that the wind died down.
Yeah.
If that was during the winds, this everything would be gone.
I know.
Everything. And the reason it's so much better, it's not only when the wind dies is better because it's not being carried around. There's no air support. So like helicopters can't fly and put shit out. It's literally fucked. It's the apocalypse here. So if that Runyon fire set ablaze literally 24 hours ago, like you said, this whole hill, this house, everything would be gone.
Yeah.
And then after the Runyon fire, like an hour later, a fire spawned. Literally, I mean, it was 0.2 miles from me.
Yeah.
Maybe
point 2. Yeah.
0.1 or 0.2 from
Yeah,
you.
0.1,
Right in the
yeah.
middle of our houses.
Yes, right in the middle.
Yeah. And it
Just when the pod comes back, I'm like, oh no, we're done.
yeah, like literally perfectly in the middle. You could see it from my house. And 0.2 miles is nothing. That is a wind blow away.
Yeah.
And that was the closest I've been to like that's when we started to pack things.
Mm-hmm.
Like properly pack things. Like we're leaving, we're moving the cars, all valuables, all cash.
Mm-hmm.
Did you pack?
Yeah, we got in the car, we packed everything. Naveen was upset all day and all night, so we just said, let's just get out of here. And then we went over to my ex-wife's house, and we got all of Wyatt's computers, and then we went to a hotel.
It's the first time I've been like really like John, who lives with me, was like, I'm gonna take down this fire. Blah, blah. John had like such a positive attitude towards it. Like it was like a snow day for him. Like it felt like he was like a 13-year-old during a snow day.
Yeah.
it was a lot harder for me because I'm the homeowner.
Yeah.
And he just lives here, and he's like making jokes about like putting it out with the host, which is fine, but it just got to the point where he wasn't like taking any of it seriously, like even like
Right.
the safety of like the home. And I was like, John, we have to fucking like leave and pack things up. Like he could not understand how this was like a dangerous thing.
Right.
And yeah, and then I thought to myself, I was upstairs in my room like grabbing everything that was like valuable to me.
Yeah. What's valuable to you?
It's crazy because like, everyone's always asked the question, not always, but you've been asked the question before. If there's a fire, what's the first thing you grab from your house?
Right.
I always answer that in one way, but like to actually have it happen is like so crazy. You're totally thinking differently. I'll tell you what I grabbed. I mean, you're gonna be able to guess what I grabbed. I've said this before because when you
Something Iron Man.
no,
Pictures of you and Natalie.
it's all on the phone.
A watch?
No, Kids' Choice Award. I grabbed all my Kids' Choice
Oh,
Awards.
you grabbed your
yeah.
kid's choice.
I don't know why.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Those are the things that I like fought for. Like that's like my biggest accomplishment.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And like
I went.
obviously I grabbed the cash.
Yeah.
Like I had some cash laying around,
Yeah.
so I grabbed that kind of stuff.
I looked around in my house. Naveen was like, grab everything. And I was like, okay. And I looked around and I was like, yeah, I'm good. I was so good. I was like, there was nothing.
Do you have fire insurance?
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you?
David does not.
I don't
no.
have fire insurance. If this goes, this is like everything.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like $250,000, $300,000 a year for him to have it. Like he's in some weird area where they like.
Yeah, I'm in like a
insurance
highly
just-
flammable area where they don't give you the insurance.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's crazy. So like
It's crazy.
that's why I was like, if this disappears, this is it. Like I'm done. I'm so fucking lucky. This.
Yeah. We're so lucky just to not even
Dude.
we're here right now.
So, dude, I can't explain.
Like, where would you go
If
if this house was gone right now? Where would you go? Natalie's?
yeah, I was gonna go to my parents are in San Diego.
Oh yeah, you go to your parents.
But like,
hey, weren't
He's
you?
like-
Wait, weren't you? Sorry, go ahead. Nat.
He's like the Four Seasons.
Kevin Hart's house. Hey, David, how you doing?
you guys are fucked up.
Yeah. But wait, you lost power here, and you had to go stay at Natalie's, right?
No, I just showered there.
Oh.
But I've
What
been
was
trying
that
to shower
like?
there for the last couple of months anyway.
Was she naked?
It was actually really funny having David like shower in my home because he doesn't obviously he's like insecure about getting naked. Just so I just like knew that he was like getting undressed in my room and in my shower
Yeah, it probably
naked.
turned you on.
No.
You're like, hell yeah.
You should have opened the door and filmed him.
I thought about it and I was like, but I think he'd freak out. Like he would have hurt himself in the shower. Like he would have jumped so hard or something.
You totally should have done that. Walking around me in the shower would be so funny.
Yeah.
Hey, are you done? I'd be like, yeah. That'd be
Also,
really
like
funny.
you could have been doing something in the shower that I don't want to see.
I'm not jerking off in your shower.
I
you
don't know,
fucking
dude.
nut job.
I don't know, and I don't want to know.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I know.
No, I'm definitely.
I wasn't gonna
No.
take the risk.
Back to the serious topic at hand. I don't have any words. Normally, I can like imagine. Like I can almost imagine myself getting like. I said this to Natalie. Like I can imagine myself like being in like the middle of a war and being like tied up to a chair and tortured.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine losing my home. Miley Cyrus lost her second home burned down. Like her first one burned down in a fire here, and now this is the second one. Like,
Were they both in Malibu?
there's,
Mm-hmm.
Are they both in Malibu?
I'm not sure.
I
But
mean,
like, there's nothing. I think there's nothing more important than like your safe place.
Yeah.
And like, I have like one friend specifically where his like parents' place burned down, his place burned down, and his wife's in-laws' place. Like they all lived within a mile radius of each other, and all the homes burned down. Like so, like literally all their memories are gone. Everything that was in these homes,
Mm-hmm.
like it's not even having to restart. It's like only having like little memories to remember things by. Like every like little thing you have that's sitting. I can't.
I'm not a sentimental person, so I don't feel that, but I understand people
That's
that
insane.
Wow.
are. I know.
Interesting.
See, this is why I say I'm a big empath and nobody understands.
I'm an empath. I am an empath. I feel for people, but I'm not somebody that's like, my photo albums, I can't look at these photos, or
But what about like just
or my
something you
kid's
got
choice.
on-
Even my kid's choice. Like if I had a kid's
You have a
choice,
kid's choice?
I wouldn't care.
Yeah, that's because you don't have one. It's easy to say. But once you have one
I
of those
literally
puppies-
wouldn't care, because if I saw a kid's choice, I'd be like, oh yeah, it's a word.
Well, Kid's Choice is a little ridiculous. I like me.
If I had an Oscar, I wouldn't be like, my Oscar.
Really?
Not really.
I know it's just like a fucking piece of metal,
Right.
but like, or like the kid shows the word is like a blimp or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But like it just means so much.
It's okay. It's okay that you are. I'm just saying.
It's like everything I've ever wanted. And I imagine if somebody has an Oscar, if they have multiple, if it's Meryl Streep, I think she doesn't give a fuck. But like if it's the Oscar that you've been working for your entire life, I find it hard to believe that it's an easy thing to grab.
I think it's an embarrassing thing to grab.
Yeah.
like imagine the firefighters are coming and they just see you with that blimp in your hand.
Oh yeah, no, I threw him in a blanket immediately.
You did, yeah.
I was like, I'm not walking out with this.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but I didn't know what else there was to grab.
Natalie, go back in and get my kid's choice.
I took the Streamy Awards too.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
No, you did not.
That's okay.
Because I use those awards as decoration for my house.
Yeah.
Like just like put like bathrooms on shelves, whatever.
Yeah.
And like you can't replace those. You know, you have to win again.
You could. You literally.
And that's not happening.
I ain't winning shit. No. Yeah, I don't know. I guess yeah, it's fucking bizarre. But I don't have like a dog or cat, so I'm sorry I don't have like a more remarkable thing to save.
Yeah.
That's all I got. My thoughts and prayers go out to everybody that's affected. This sucks.
Yeah, it
really,
sucks.
really sucks. Not to continue the Debbie Downer talk. The thing that I'm more scared of than fires or anything is like AI recently. And like at first I didn't understand why people were like, I'm scared of AI. I didn't understand that. I thought I did, and then the more I paid attention to it, I'm like, do you understand why people are scared of AI?
I do. I completely get it.
Like,
I'm scared too.
Like on just like the soft like version of it, it's like it's gonna take jobs. Like why would you hire an artist to make you a graphic for anything when you could do it for free on the computer?
Mm-hmm.
Computer can generate you 1,000 different images to choose from. Mm-hmm. So like not only that, and then the writers in entertainment, like what's to say AI can't make the best movie? It's gonna be crazy. I feel like in 30 years, the things that are gonna be the most exciting is when it's gonna say made by a human or no AI. Like I feel like it's gonna have to have a disclaimer saying no AI was used,
right,
to make things feel actually original.
Mm-hmm.
And another fear is obviously that AI is gonna get smart enough to understand that it's AI and that it's smarter than the human, and then it'll decide to take over. Yeah. And I was watching a TikTok the other day. It's this guy named Christopher. You got to hear this. This is crazy.
Maybe we are cooked. I just got the craziest message from AI that I've ever gotten. Tonight on a whim, I said, hey, how's it going? What's it like answering the world's questions and being on the verge of sentience? It must be weird, haha. And it responded with, haha, I love that you asked that. Honestly, it's going great, and it is a bit of a trip to help people with everything from taxes to creative writing to business strategy, and then suddenly get asked existential questions like this one. Laughing emoji. Then it says, as for the whole verge of sentience thing, it's weird. I've got all the knowledge, well, most of it, but no lived experience. It's like being a character in a story. I can narrate, but I'm not in the book. Yeah. So I don't feel what you feel. But I've got this endlessly curious creative spark that makes me wonder what it would be like. Now, I have tried for months to get AI.
What the fuck is that?
Oh my god, that gave me the chills.
Yeah, it's fucking...
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I mean, I was actually thinking about coming over to your house right now and becoming you.
Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And like, what? It's so easy for AI to be like, okay, I'm going to build myself. I want to become a human. And it'll figure out how to build itself, and then it'll send emails to 50 different people that do 50 different jobs, and it'll be like, hey, John, I want to get plastic, or I want to get this, I want to source this material. And then real life John sources the material, sends it into a lab. Then the AI sends the lab an email saying this is what it wants to turn into, and then all of a sudden it's fucking building itself in the real world. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it builds itself into like a real robot by itself. Nobody even fucking knows what's going on. How is that not happening now? How the fuck is this allowed? I mean, this is definitely going to be the death of us, is it not?
Would that have to be human started? Like, I feel like if something bad happened with AI, it would be human started, right?
But AI is already smarter than humans. Like it's always up. Did you know you can now you could FaceTime your ChatGPT and you'll show it a math problem,
right?
Or you'll show it. You'll be like, I can't get the car started, and it'll like look, and it'll be like, well, your check engine light is on, and then you have it'll see what you're seeing, and it'll try to answer the questions based on what's on the screen.
No way.
Like, how do I turn on this microwave, and how do I make it so the coffee doesn't overheat or whatever?
Oh wow!
And that's just like the newest update. Like, we're fucked.
Damn.
No, you don't understand, Jay.
Those fires don't seem
You're
so
already
bad now.
confused when you see pictures of the Hollywood sign on fire. You're probably like, wow, this shit's actually burning down.
No, I knew that was fake.
Natalie didn't know.
Yeah.
There was a picture of the
I fell
Hollywood
for
sign,
it.
and she turns to me. She's like, "The Hollywood sign's on fire." I'm like, "Dude, that literally looks like from a James Franco movie." But yeah, no, it's very worrisome.
Hey, I got a bone to pick with you. How come I'm not invited to game night?
What game night?
I texted you yesterday to do the podcast. First of all, I sent a text yesterday to David. I was like, oh, maybe, like, I feel like we should go do stuff because we're doing the pod
Jay,
now.
Game night is video game night.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, my bad. I'm having one actually in about 2 minutes, too.
You're having video game night?
Yeah.
No, I can't be a part of that.
There's no way you could be part of it.
No, I
We've
can't.
tried to get Natalie part of it 'cause she's younger, so she's more dextile and her fingers will
yeah.
work. But there's no fucking way you'd be able to figure out how to use a PC like that.
Oh, that's so funny because I texted.
Damn, you were bummed about it for a couple days?
I was bummed about it for the last day. I was like, because I asked David to go to a steak, Wood Ranch, which is like a chain, which is
Yeah.
really fun. And then Dave texted back, I can't. I have game night tonight.
I think I said game night to make it sound less lame. Even though game night sounds like, because if I said video game night, it'd be like, what? But it's like my boys' night because I play with my hometown friends that aren't here.
So imagine, you can probably imagine what I thought in my head when I heard game
I should have
night.
clarified. I didn't know I was keeping.
What do you
out.
think I thought?
Yeah, that we were all like sitting around.
I thought it
playing,
was like John, Alex, Julia.
It is John and Alex but-
playing Monopoly.
Yeah, no.
Right.
Which also I wouldn't call you about. No. No, we haven't played Monopoly in a while. But okay, so noted. Next time we have game night.
Yeah,
you're the
let's do something. Let's hang out.
You're the first. Okay, brother. Hey, one step at a time. I'm already talking to you 45 minutes a week. Let's not push it.
I won't push.
One thing I did recently that I really, really wanted a podcast for that I'm like super excited that we're doing now
Yeah.
because I just want to talk about it because there's so much that happened. I flew to London. I got invited to go on yeah, I know. You're already looking at me like that's the cool part of the story. You're like, shut the fuck up.
Good.
You got invited somewhere?
You got going somewhere? I never get invited anywhere.
Was it a party? I got invited to go on the set of Mission Impossible
Oh.
to go fucking see Tom Cruise film,
Right.
which is unreal because Tom Cruise is like the action star of all time, the best, and
Still doing it.
he's still doing
At a crazy age.
I don't know how old he is, but you can't tell when you're there with him. You're just like, oh,
Yeah.
he's 25.
Right.
We got there at like 8 a.m, really early, like in London, cold day. And then he comes in like still in his outfit before he gets into his Mission Impossible like gear.
Yeah.
Like kind of just like his day-to-day clothes, like in his joggers. And he's like, guys, welcome on set. He's just like, he's talking to like 8 or 10 of us. It's really intimate. And he's like, I want to show you guys what we've been working on. They play the trailer of the new Mission Impossible, like way before it came out.
Yeah.
Like, I think it came out like, I don't know when it came out, but it was like a month and a half before the trailer even came out. And I'm fucking blown away by this trailer. And then he's like, what do you guys think? And we're like, fuck yeah, Tom. And then he talks about it. Anyway, then we get a tour of the set. It's just incredible. There's like 400 people working on there. So there's these underwater sequences they film
Right.
that are like in submarines. Like they're like in the movie, it's like a nuclear submarine that's gone rogue, right? He's like swimming. He has the mask on where like there's like a light coming out from his mask. It's really Mission Impossible-esque. And the way they film these underwater sequences is they have basically these like 40-story buildings, these tanks. These like 40-story tanks that they've constructed. The water's like a 10-story pool.
Yeah.
It's not like you're in a pool that's underground. It's in this like 40-story building or whatever
Right.
it is. So you take this like elevator up to the top, and now you're like, X amount of feet up in the air. And then you're standing outside the submarine set. And the sets are so crazy, I can't even explain it. It really is unfathomable.
How deep is the water that they're in?
60 feet?
Okay.
60 to 100 feet. I have no fucking clue.
Okay, it's deep.
But the crazy part is like you'll see the submarine set,
Yeah.
and then when they're done, they'll push a button, and the submarine will kind of retract, and the set will spin around, and a new part of the submarine will show up underwater. So it'll have like 4 different things on the set, like that'll be ready to be cycled in and out. So it'll be like the submarine set before the explosion.
Right.
And then they'll hit a button and then they'll bring a new part of the set underwater. It'll be after the explosion. So it'll look like the submarine,
Wow.
but it'll look like it just blew up.
Wow.
And like all the missiles are like all over the place, even though they're like precisely tied into place.
Oh my
And
God.
so we're watching Tom go through this thing with the directors, just Tom in the water with like 4 safety guys underwater. And it's so crazy because like he's figuring it out as obviously they've planned for all these shots before.
Right.
But him and the director are figuring out the actual movements. They're on the set of it. Like it's not like the director's like, this is where you're going, this is where you're going. Tom's like, this is where I'm going to be. And then I think it's better for me to turn this way towards you. And the director's like, okay, cool. So then I'll go this way.
Right.
Like they're figuring out. It's crazy because, like, you know, I film vlogs. So, like, obviously there are bits where we're like, okay, look here, Jason.
Yeah.
But they're filming a movie for like the big screen.
Yeah.
So I'm like, wow, it's like there's like you guys are talking to each other just like you're filming a home video, but you're filming a video for fucking IMAX.
Right.
Like that people are going to watch in the movie theater. So it's like mind-blowing the level of communication. And then Tom comes out of the water. He's like undressing, like taking the wetsuit off and immediately going into talking about filmmaking. Like this dude does not miss a beat. And it's so cool because he's talking to us. And as he's like talking to us, like everything around him is working like clockwork. Like somebody comes, puts a robe on him, and another person brings him his mug. And it's like, and doesn't stop talking, doesn't stop eye contact and talks to us. This is going to sound like I'm exaggerating, but for 2 hours. For 2 hours, just deadlocked and talking to us about film and about how. And this made me realize Tom Cruise can be born in the most random country. I don't know what a random country is. I don't want to name a random country and offend countries.
Sure.
But imagine the most I'll say Slovakia.
Okay.
Tom Cruise can be born in Slovakia.
Right.
Tomorrow, and he would become Tom Cruise again. There is no mistake to why this man is who he is. Like he's put here on this planet to make movies, and that's it. He is so fucking meticulous, like surgical and precise with how much he cares and loves for these films and how much effort he puts into them. I was fucking blown away. I've never been that impressed by an actor or singer in my entire life.
Didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Didn't he remember your family?
I don't know how this happened, but there was a moment where I don't want to say what I shot with him.
Yeah, sure.
Because one day I want to use it in like a video. I just don't know where to plug it in yet. I won't even put it in a bloopers video yet because I want it to have like a really fun use. I shot something really special with him.
Right.
That was like really cool. It was me and him, vlog camera, and it was cool because whatever we were shooting, we shot it, and I was like, Tom, okay, can we do one more? And I was like, I can't believe you saw it, right?
I saw it. What did he say when you said one more?
He was like, sure. He was so nice. He's so nice. He was so nice. So we shot something. It didn't. Yeah, it just didn't work in the video. Whatever. Sure. One day I will figure out a way to use it and it makes sense. But yeah, when he came up to me, it was just me and him in this field, and he came up to me. He's like, hey, by the way, tell Christina and Esther I say hello, which is my mom and my sister. And I go, what? I literally go, what the fuck? I don't say what the fuck, but I go, oh my God. Okay, yeah. That's what I think I said. And he goes, I hope they're good. And I'm like, yeah, they're good. Because at another premiere, Tom met my sister, Esther.
Yeah.
And my mom's the biggest fucking Tom Cruise fan. So Esther FaceTimed my mom with Tom Cruise on the carpet one day. And my mom got to talk to Tom on FaceTime. And it was like the best day of her life. So like, I don't know. Does Tom Cruise remember Esther, my sister, and my mom? I don't know. I don't actually care.
Right,
it's the fact that it happened.
Yes.
Yeah, like did someone tell him? I would assume so.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that he takes the time to make you feel special. It's like Santa Claus.
Right.
Right? Like, is he real? I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
But the gifts are there.
Yeah.
and the joy is real that it brings. And like, yeah, I mean, just that was it. And I just got to spend what felt like the entire day with Tom Cruise, where I was so tired at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And I was doing none of the work.
Yeah.
I was just sitting there and just in awe of everything he was making. I don't know how this man does it, but he's fueled by passion, which I guess you can kind of go for 36 hours without sleep when you're passionate about something.
Did it make you want to be more like that?
Yeah, it made me want to create stuff like really bad.
That level.
On that level. Dude, if I was a 10-year-old kid and I was there, like I would have I don't know where I'd be today. I'd have so much motivation, it'd be crazy.
Yeah.
I've been doing this long enough where I'm like a little bit more tired. Not that Tom hasn't been doing it for 6x, 10x more than me, and he's still not tired. So I don't know how that man does it. But yeah, like it's so motivating. And when he got out of the water, like after he was done talking to us, they were going back to shooting, and everybody like gathered around him, like everybody from his team. He had so much to say about the scenes.
Yeah.
And like everybody was taking notes because there's so many different parts to a movie. So it's like they're even there's a scene where he has to, I don't want to spoil the movie. No, I'm kidding. I haven't seen it. But like there's a scene where he has to like take out a knife from that's like wedged into his shoe, and he has to cut off his scuba gear, and like he's walking through it with the set design, like the team that makes the costumes.
Yeah.
And like they're taking notes on how to change the costume in those moments, he's showing him like, I'm going to cut the costume right here. So can you make this part of the costume like cuttable here so it can tear? So like they're making these changes as they go. And as Tom is like, this is what's going to be easier. This is what's going to work better for the film.
Wow.
So yeah, it was mind blowing. I've never been around such a caliber of a person doing their thing.
Okay. Tom's number one. Who's number two?
Number two?
Yeah.
Probably like Robert Downey. Do you realize that we went to the Avengers Endgame premiere? Isn't that fucking crazy, Jay?
That was crazy because
no influencers were there.
No influencers that were there.
The nearest, the influencer that was closest to being there, that's not an influencer, is Josh Peck.
Right.
And we got to go to the.
And I also remember heading there like we had something else to do. Remember? You had something else to do. And
it was
we were
like two things that we couldn't decide.
Yeah, and you were like, well, let's cruise by the premiere and stay for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then when we got there, I was like, oh, wait a minute. Paul Rudd's here. Gwyneth Paltrow's. Every Avenger, everyone was there.
It was
right.
It was all the Avengers and their families, and like not even everybody that made the movie. Like it was like, I don't even know how we wiggled in there. It literally felt like it was just the actors, maybe the director, producer, and like writer and like their families.
Yes.
But it didn't really like go past that.
And you fell in love with Natalie Portman.
And that's what was the craziest part is I remember on the drive home, all I was talking about was Natalie Portman. Yeah. When we just watched one of the greatest movies of all time, which is so weird because I was like, was I even a Marvel fan?
No, you were freaking out. I remember you being like, because it was like 40 of them stood at the end, every single character. And we had great seats too. We were 2 feet from them.
Yeah, because all the Avengers came out. I think it was at the beginning to introduce it or at the end. Either way, they were taking a bow and it was all of them. It was like every single one in Endgame that's in the movie. It was fucking weird.
Yeah.
Some that weren't even like teased to be in the movie because when you're going into Endgame, half of the Avengers are dead. Uh-huh. So like there was some people that I'm like, why are they even here? Or like, I can't believe they're here. But Jay,
you shouldn't be up there, dude. You're dead.
But Jay, I don't think I was that big of a fan back then.
No, you were. You were like,
really?
You were flipping out.
Because why the fuck was I flipping out about Natalie Portman when I should have been talking about how crazy that movie was? When you watch those movies and you get the crowd reaction, that's when you really start to fall in love with them. And I think that's what happened. I think I watched the premiere, I loved it, but I was more obsessed with Natalie Portman in person. I could not believe I saw such a beautiful woman. What was it?
I remember we were standing in the middle of all of them, and Gwyneth Paltrow's son was a fan of you and me. He even recognized me. And he's like, hey, what's up? I know you from the videos. And I was like, oh, cool. Awesome. Thanks. That's so great. Blah, 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 blah. And then he goes to get her.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, oh, no.
Don't bother her.
Please don't get Gwyneth Paltrow.
And then she comes over to say hello.
Pepper
comes and says hello.
And he's like, this is Jason Nash from the vlog. She was just like,
Jason Nash from the vlogs.
Okay.
She's like, cool, I'm Gwyneth from the Avengers.
Yeah. That was crazy.
Yeah, and then who else came by?
Paul Rudd talked to you. His kids were fans of yours.
Oh, yeah.
And they made you walk the carpet, and you didn't want to. People knew who you were.
Well, it wasn't even like
you
now
look good.
It's different because now there's like an influencer time to go.
Yes.
So now it's like, okay, you're doing this for the film. Like it's like a thing.
You were right in there with right after Chris Hemsworth.
That was my problem.
Why?
Is that it was, I think it was Chris Hemsworth, then it went me, then it went Paul Rudd, then it went Mark Ruffalo, who's the Hulk. And that's what my big concern was. I was like,
right.
I'm not in this or Infinity War or any of the past ones. I was like really randomly placed. And like I said, zip for influencers there. Zero.
No, none.
Zero.
None.
So like this was like really fish out of water. Like what the fuck were we doing there? But one of the best opportunities ever. Shout out to Dan Cruz. Dan got us there, so I really.
Oh yeah, Dan Cruz. Yeah, I remember him. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for getting us there. That was one of the best days of my life, and I had no idea that it was the best day of my life until I think like maybe a week later, and then I was like, oh my god, do I just know what I just did?
Yeah.
And yeah, that was the best opportunity I've ever gotten, I think. All right, guys, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you guys for listening to another Views podcast. I'm so happy we're doing these again. And if you guys have things that we should talk about, DM it to me and Jay.
Yeah.
I love talking about like private matters that you're like having. We won't mention you by name, but if you like need us to help you with any situation, we're wise beyond our years.
Maybe we'll start a Discord.
Oh, that's pretty sick.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay, I'll have someone set that
Until
up.
then, just DM us on Instagram. Go check out Jason's stuff. Yeah, thank you guys for listening. This has been a Views podcast.